Jesus was teaching a huge crowd of people, over 5,000 men, not including women and children. The day is getting late, and the crowd is getting hungry. There's no food in sight, and the disciples are worried. They ask Jesus, "How are we going to feed all these people?" Now here's where it gets amazing. A young boy steps forward and offers his lunch. Just 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. It seems like a tiny amount compared to the massive crowd, but Jesus does something incredible. He takes a small offering, prays over it, and begins to distribute it. Miraculously, the food doesn't run out. Everyone eats until they're full, and there are even 12 baskets of leftovers. This is a true miracle. So, what can we learn from this? First, God can multiply what we offer. That boy had just a small lunch, but he gave it with faith, and Jesus made it more than enough. In our own lives, even if we feel like we don't have much to give, God can take our small efforts and multiply them for great purposes. Second, God provides for our needs. Even when things look impossible, like feeding thousands with so little, God will provide. In times when we're worried about not having enough, remember this story. Trust that God sees our needs and will provide, often in ways we can't even imagine. Third, this story is a reminder to have faith and trust in God's ability. When the disciples saw the problem, they didn't know how it could be solved. But Jesus showed them that with faith, nothing is impossible. Whatever challenges you're facing, trust that God can do far more than we think or imagine. Fourth, Jesus shows us the importance of compassion and service. He didn't just perform a miracle to show his power. He met a real need. We're called to serve others, especially when they're in need, just like Jesus did. It's not always about grand gestures. Even small acts of kindness can make a big impact. Finally, the power of sharing. The boy could have kept his lunch to himself, but he chose to share it. Jesus turned that small act of generosity into something that blessed thousands. In our own lives, even if we think we don't have enough, sharing what we have can change lives. So, what do we take away from this incredible story? No matter how small your resources or efforts may seem, God can multiply them. Trust that God provides for your needs. Have faith. Serve with compassion. And never underestimate the power of sharing. Thanks for watching, and I hope these lessons inspire you today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs encouragement. See you next time.